Hi, this is Jeff, and this is the first part of June, and we want to give you an update on our garden and show you what it looks like. So this is our June update. You can kind of see right here, we've got coneflowers coming up. What I did last year is I took the seed head off, and I took the seeds off the coneflowers, so I was able to sprinkle some coneflowers. You can see throughout the garden that the coneflowers are starting to come up, which is a great sign. Against the wall here, right out the window, we have a beautiful cosmos, and the cosmos came from a seed pack. You can see it's right about to window high, a little bit higher, and then right beside that is our purple Magnus. Those are coneflowers. Coneflowers here in Oklahoma are great to grow. Very hardy plants. They can take a lot of heat, so that's one thing we like about the coneflowers. And then this right here, you'll see the gladiolus. These are from bulbs we bought actually from Aldi's in the grocery store. We were able to buy some bulbs. They had some on sale right by the checkout counter. So this year we're doing an experiment. We're going to see how they look. But what we do with the gladiolus is we kind of intersperse those between plants, kind of fill in the gaps. And as we come down, you'll see this is one of my favorite plants. This is agastache. And agastache to me is a great plant because, again, this is our pollinator bed, and we're looking for plants that really have a lot of, they bring in the bees, the butterflies, and all the other critters that we like to see. So you can see I have some rosy posy agastache right in front of it. That's a whole row of that. And then that right behind it is that agastache, that what they call a blue fortune. So, and as we come down this way, you will see I'm a big fan of all the salvias. Salvias in Oklahoma grow really good because of, again, they can take the heat. You'll see the bee right there already on that one. That's the May night salvia. And then right in front of it is the Greg salvia. And so again, a lot of different salvias we have on this particular site because we want to bring in the bees and the butterflies. We like to bring in a lot of the plants, a lot of the critters. A new plant we tried this year, it's called beard tongue or penstemon. You can see the purple leaves, and then you can see up top the more of the pinkish purples, like bell-shaped flowers. So we're excited about that. Those will grow roughly around 3 foot tall once they're fully mature, and they kind of go in the center. You'll see right behind it is our Shasta daisy, which has exploded this year. I planted that last year, and this year it has grown like crazy. So I have two Shasta daisies and a Rebecca that's kind of getting squeezed out. So I'll have to thin these out come the fall, but that's kind of what that is right there. And then you'll see right here we have some seeds planted, the cosmos. So what we do throughout the garden is we buy seed packets, and then we end up interspersing those. And in front of it, we have the daylilies. The daylilies they don't bloom super long. I know some people like them, some people don't. I like them a lot. And you can see there that that daylily is bloomed. It is gorgeous. I love that color. And then right beside it, we have some more agastache. This agastache is actually coral. It's a coral agastache. And again, they're really great. They can handle the heat here in Oklahoma, which is really good because we're in zone 7B. So it's great for where we're at in Oklahoma. So this is a couple brand new plants. We've had a lot of rain. This is the wettest April, May in Oklahoma, and so we've had a lot of moisture. You can see this is the catmint. It's called Persian, and it's not looking that great, but I think as time goes on, it'll look better. So this is catmint, and it's Nepta Blue Prelude. I grew 4 plants right there, kind of in the center of the bed, kind of between the rose bush. That's a new plant for us. So we're going to see that should grow about 3 foot tall. And as we come over here, yarrow is a great plant I like a lot. You can see the leaves have kind of a fern looking to it. And then of course there's a beautiful color on it. And next to the yarrow, we have the Carly Rose grass. I grew a couple of these plants of those. And then in front here, what I did is to kind of round the bed out. What I did is I just planted a bunch of gladiolus that we had gotten. And this is our June update.
Okay, so I'm going to show you my side of the bed. This is a Golden Celebration by Dave Austin. So I did a really hard deadhead on it, and I've got an explosion of new growth on there. So these are a beautiful yellow color. They've just come out. Now we've had a lot of rain, like Jeff said. So I've got some yellowing I'm going to have to work on. Next to them, I have drift roses. Now these aren't looking so good. I planted these last season. They're really scraggly. So, and you can see I have a lot of grasses growing in them, and because there's thorns, it's hard to get that grass out. So I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do. But I do have my first Shasta daisies. The blooms come out, so those look great. Behind it is the elderberry bush. This is second season. It's not doing amazing, but it's got some leaves, so I'm cautiously optimistic that it'll take. I love grasses. This is a Mexican feathergrass. I've already cut it once. Actually, I've cut it twice so far this season. It's looking really good. This is a ginkgo tree. This is such a slow growing tree. I may have to move it, but I love ginkgo. I love the leaf. And then I've got my salvia greggii looking great. This is a bloom flower, and you can see it's just loaded with some flowers that are about ready to bloom. I do have one lavender, and I forgot to cut it back, but it's doing really good. I also planted in the back the dark towers as well, and so those are looking good. And then I have a mully grass. It's not really doing much yet, but it will get pink in the fall. My hydrangeas aren't doing great back there. They're really struggling. Those are brand new this season, so I gotta baby those a little bit more. These are hydrangeas. These are limelight hydrangeas. They have gotten massive. Got those for Mother's Day a few years ago. So don't have any blooms yet. This is the 1st of June. So I'm hoping probably within the next couple weeks, I'll have some blooms there. And then I did the same thing that Jeff did. I have all my gladiolas kind of mixed in and kind of in the areas where I have some spots that are just like empty. I did a whole bunch of seeds here that didn't take. So I moved some Shasta daisies over here. This is one little zinnia. I planted a whole bunch, but the rabbits are just eating it like crazy. So I don't know if that's gonna work. My hosta looks amazing. This is a stained glass hosta. Beautiful, really lush. Underneath the coral bark tree, this is a Japanese maple. Such a lovely tree. The branches are red in the winter, so it provides beautiful winter interest. And then next to that, I have a Russian sage. Actually, I have two. I had to cut it back pretty hard because I was getting a lot of yellow leaves, and it's already blooming again, looking beautiful. I do have some more gladiolas and some other things, some seeds planted. They haven't come up yet. So down here, I have a little sedum. It's doing really good. I cut back my rose bush and got a little bit more sun to it. Now I have quite a bit of shade underneath this rose bush. This is a Lady of Shalott by David Austin. I also did a really hard prune on it, and I'm already getting a lot of lovely blooms back on it. Now underneath there, you see I got a lot of shade. So I planted a new plant to me. This is called a Heuchera, or a lot of people call it different things, but it's supposed to take shade really well. So I just planted those last week, and then this is all new as well. Let me show you what I put here. In the front, I have the catmint also. This is a Persian blue. And then behind it, I'm trying bee balm. This is a new to me plant. I've never tried it before, but I'm really liking it. I need to deadhead those. And then I have agastache behind those, and they're already starting to bloom. So looking really good. I've got a Magnus in the corner that the bunnies didn't get. I have some more rose bushes, and then I have a climbing rose, and then behind the roses I have some maiden grass, which is a really nice effect. You can see we have a little nest in there. We believe it's a cardinal that's created a little nest. There's 4 eggs back there. So that is, and then of course in the corner I do have the viburnum. That's an that is an eastern snowball viburnum. So it does this thing for about 2 weeks and then nothing else. And so, but it is a beautiful, you know, backdrop in our garden. So this is our update, and this is the 1st of June, and things are looking really good.
So here's some wide shots of just the entire yard. It's really filling in. Obviously, we have a lot of plants that haven't even started the blooming process. So once those gladiolas start blooming, I think it's going to just be a few more weeks and we'll start getting a lot of blooms. I did stagger some, so we planted some several weeks ago, and then I just planted a few more on my side. So it'll be nice to have kind of a staggering bloom pattern on the gladiolas. We still have a lot that needs to fill in. We still need to pull out some grass, but you know, it's a never-ending process. But it's really not too high maintenance, surprisingly. We've tried to choose plants that are kind of low maintenance, not super fussy. We do take the time to deadhead so that we can continue to have more additional blooms. But some of them don't have to be deadheaded, but if you do, you definitely will get a little bit more blooms. And as you can see, as we go towards my side, I still have a lot of areas that have just blank space. So it's going to be fun to fill all that in. I like a really tight garden. There's our birch tree. It's doing fabulous. But you know, this is why we do the plantings that we do. This is a view from our garden room, and it kind of determines all of our planting grouping. We look at it as we're kind of painting a scene out of each window, with it being a bay window. So we can sit there, and that is our view. I hope you enjoyed this update, and let us know in the comments if you have any questions or ideas for future videos. Thanks for watching.